What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy with Trading Decoded. It is September 3rd. Happy September 2024. And it's 4:15, 4:17. The market's closed. We had a beautiful morning to the downside. Then we flattened out and things got really boring for a little while and then picked up again to the downside later in the day. The later in the day part, not really something that I'm interested in. As you guys know at this point, I don't trade pretty much after 12 o'clock. My style of trading relies on zero DTE contracts and just anything after I get back from lunch. Theta is too nasty. The pullbacks hurt too much. So I choose not to trade after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm on the microphone all day, but I'm not very much help because, well, I'm not going to tell you guys to spend your money or suggest that you should spend your money when I don't comfortably spend my own at that point, because my style of trading, unless you're playing next day expirations, same day expirations, anytime after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's brutal unless you get quick moves. Can you do it? Sure. There are opportunities to take, but as long as you make those trades quick, you can be all right. However, I like the mornings. Mornings are the best. It's the cleanest chart. We seem to get the better moves at that time. And quite frankly, for those of you who are doing this for a living, it's nice to be done with work an hour after the day starts. I don't know about you, but that's what you should all aspire to want to do. Not sit behind a computer all day long. You left the 9-to-5 job so you can get away from that, right? The whole goal of day trading is to open up more time, right? Because time is the only commodity we can't buy more of. There's a finite amount of, and unfortunately, we don't know when we're going to run out of it. So you should be doing everything you can to free up as much time as possible. Sitting behind a computer desk all day long is not freeing up your time. With that said, let's go ahead and launch the charts and take a look at what we were looking at in the morning. We had a pretty tight pre-market range. It was boring leading into the open. I have all my targets high and my targets low. And going into the open, we started to trend down. Okay, so we had broken temporarily at the time out of our pre-market area and then hit this pre-market midline, came back down. And our put line was a breach of 560.40. Our call line was a candle close above 561.45. Well, if you watched the day at all today, we never even came close to that line other than when we created it in pre-market. With that said, the only thing that was going against us at the open was ADD. Now, I don't really trade with ADD in mind. ADD keeps me in trades longer. I use ADD for confirmation of continuation, not ever for a reason to get into a trade. Now, with that said, there are very rare occasions, and today, ADD at one point was controlling SPY and Qs were not. Okay, when that happens, I choose to stay out of the market because I don't like to trade against the Qs, and I'll show you where that happened. Okay, but with that said, we crossed the put line. Now, if you wanted to wait for a candle close below it, you could have gotten in at the second one. Most of us got in on the second candle of the day because that's the day we breached, and we were coming off of a lower high. So we're expecting support to fail, and we're trending down in the pre-market, and the Q's opening candle was a big fat red one. Right? Does it mean it has to go down? Of course not. But it gave me every reason to want to play to the downside. So we did. Now, our first target could have been this 50% retracement, which is what these dotted lines are. This is an actual level of support. This was solid blue line, and this was a solid orange line. Ideally, we wanted to get down to at least the orange line. However, for those of you who were uncomfortable, the dotted line, it works, right? So that's still a 30-cent drop, and you can get paid on that. We stayed in it, though, because Qs were comfortably moving down, right? We wanted to see the Qs break some supports, put in lower highs, lower lows. We had one of our guys, and you know who you are, hang on to an SPX trade. He got paid, what was it? Right around $6,000 today to the downside. But either way, guys, it was a nice move to the downside, pretty comfortable. We did get all the way down to the pink line and lower. For me, I took a 48% win. It wasn't a huge trade. I got in up here during this candle, and I got out when we touched our first target. I am practicing a one and done for a month just to see how it goes. Okay. Started, I think this was day number 6 of one and done. And the time is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be one and done so I could be done sooner. I'm trying to be one and done because when I retire 5 years from now, that's going to be what my day is going to look like, right? I want to trade because I want to, not because I have to. I love trading, right? So do a lot of you guys. But if I do all the things right and I save all the money that I'm making, I shouldn't have to trade every day in the next 5 years because I'm trying to do investments that allow me that comfort. With that said, if I do decide to trade, it's going to be from the road because I'm going to be traveling when I retire, and I don't want to waste my day with a laptop and a hotspot sitting here looking at a chart. I want to get in, I want to make my beer money, and I want to go home, go out, do whatever it is I'm going to do. But nonetheless, we got in. A lot of people held through this trade all the way down. Massive move to the downside, guys. And then right at 11 o'clock, we flattened out. Now, all of these arrows here are when Qs and SPY were pulling back. Now, here's one thing I want to show you. There was a time where Qs were going in the opposite direction. Was it here? 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock. Let's see. No, it wasn't 10 o'clock. We were looking at Qs. Was it 10:30? Yeah. So Qs were pulling back. See here? But SPY was going down. So right around 10:30, if you look at ADD, I think was aggressively moving down at that time. Yeah. So no. What was it? Maybe my timing's off. But either way, at one point today, Qs were putting in higher lows and higher highs and breaking the downtrend, where SPY kept going down. That's not something I'm comfortable with. I want to see the Qs maintain a downtrend if I'm going to play puts on SPY. Now, if you look back, every time Qs and SPY lined up with a pullback to a line of resistance, that ended up being a great opportunity for puts, okay? And if you also look at the fact that we're downtrending, and when we close below a line of support, how often it moves down to the next support. This trade right here, again, I wish I would have waited. I wish I had the patience. I did not. I told everybody at 10:06, I told everybody before we got there, guys, if Qs get a close below 469.70, the move to the downside should be pretty damn good. Now, it wasn't a quick move, but it was a $2 drop from line to line, okay? Line to line. This is just a halfway spot. This is not a level of support and resistance. This line was a support line. That line was a support line. I just find the halfway point because oftentimes that 50% halfway point also acts as support and or resistance. And you can see that right here on this chart. But lo and behold, told everybody, guys, if we get through that line, because I had some people holding on to puts, I said, I think we're going to get a nice move to the downside to follow that. So at 10:06, Qs closed below that line, and we were looking for 465.81 as the next move down. Okay, we got that at 10:06. SPY was sitting on support, so this is where SPY and Qs were going in opposite directions for a moment, because you get a pullback here. Now at 10:09. The Qs was pulling back to this resistance area as well, so it could be a potential entry. Either way, we were aiming for the move to go $2 down. As long as we stay below the entry point of 469.70, you should be good to go and feel pretty comfortable, right? It was a downtrending day. ADD started moving south at this time. It was pretty wild. Then we flattened out at 11 o'clock, and it became a gigantic waste of time. Yes, we got a little bit of a move here right around 2 o'clock, then more sideways, and then a drop into the close only to recover half of it. I don't trade again after 2 o'clock, so you're not going to see arrows on the chart after 12. because, well, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And if you didn't make any money during this move down, did you see anything after that made you feel better than that drop? We had a discussion today in our community where somebody was saying, is there more room to the downside? I said, why wouldn't there be? And they said, well, because we've moved down so much today. I think that was halfway through the move. I said, guys, that's one of the problems that a lot of people have. It's that if they don't take a part of the move, myself included, right? You start to wonder, how much lower can it go, right? But it is that set of emotions that keeps us not only from not playing what we're seeing, but to start to want to play the other way, meaning you've got puts being screamed at you by the chart, but you're saying to yourself, there can't be much more room to the downside. I better be buying calls. And every new low of day, you're going to buy a new set of calls. It is a horrible thing to do, but I totally get it. I hope that person who asked that question did take advantage of some of these pullbacks to resistances, because you had a lot more room to the downside to go and to make a lot of money. All right. So please, guys, it's okay to be emotional while you're trading. It's part of the game. You can't not have emotions when you're making or losing money. It's impossible. But what you can do is learn how to keep the emotions separate from your trading, meaning you will be happy when you're making money. You will be sad when you're losing money or upset or annoyed, but you have to be able to compartmentalize those feelings, keep them bottled in over here so that they don't start affecting your decisions while making your trades or what you do when you're in your trades. That is the only thing you can, because if you keep running through this business as if you're going to someday learn how to trade without emotions, I'm here to tell you, you're going to be chasing that pipe dream forever. It's impossible. Okay? And if you're out there and you've learned to trade without emotions, you've either done it one of two ways. Number one, you have so much money that it doesn't matter. Kudos to you. Or number two, you're fooling yourself. I don't care who you are. And usually people with a ton of money still get excited when they make more of it. And nobody likes to lose money, right? So you guys just keep that kind of stuff in mind. All right. With that, we're going to wrap it up. Hope you found some useful information in this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to join our Discord community, we'd love to have you. There's links down below. And I hope you all had a fantastic day. As far as our win-loss ratio goes, 7.5 to 1. One of the best days in our community's history. You guys crushed it today. So for those of you who are in our room, in our Discord, congratulations to you guys. Very, very solid day. Close to, I think it was 152 greens to 21 reds, I think. Pretty great day. With that said, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you made some money. Till tomorrow. Love you. See you.